Hello everybody and welcome in to the SFA Season 12 Week 13 BearCave games. Wild week as we have 2 games left before conference championships. The CFP is going to start taking shape, and this is also the first week of the college football playoff rankings. The committee will come together after today's games and put together our first rankings of the year. This is the latest we've ever done it. Let me know if you can hear me, and then we'll get started. Kind of a wild week. Couple big upsets here. Boom! Dogwater coming in. Subscribed with his Twitch Prime. Let me know if you can hear me. Just want to make sure everything is good before we get started. Perfect. Yeah, big game day here, and you said it's your anniversary. Let's go. Got 1 year of Dogwater, and he's 5-5. You love to see it. But yeah, I mean, Nebraska lost to TCU of all teams. A couple shocking. So let's see what happens. This is the SFA Online Dynasty. We're entirely through Discord, so if you want to join, feel free. We have tons of fun here. And yeah. So here we go, Week 13. Big game day coming up later. Not necessarily for anything nationally, more between Jay Jettas and Dogwater, so that one will be fun. But yeah, we're gonna get into it here. A lot of G5 games here on BearCave this week. Hold on, I gotta make sure we're on the 7-minute quarters. No, we are on 9 minutes. I did not switch it after watch party. But for those of you who don't know what BearCave is, the top 11 games of the week, we go through quick sim to the end, see if it's a good game. If it is, we'll watch it. If not, we'll sim past it and just talk about it. And we're going to start out in the American. No, not for Marshall and ECU. That will come a little later. But Cincinnati and Rutgers tied at the top of that division. Obviously, Cincinnati has had my number their entire existence. Rutgers, Kenzie's former team. So let's see what happens. We could see some KJ King action, Rashard Mendinghall, some SFA players on both sides. And yeah, we're just going to get right into it here. A lot of G5 games here today on BearCave as we kind of focus more so on the division races rather than like the best games in the country. Oh boy, there's Vinny Queen, the big center, the in-game recruit. So should be a lot clearer of a playoff or just college football landscape in general, as now this division is just down to these 2 teams. Winner of this game is going to go to the AAC championship against the ECU Pirates. I think Cincinnati and Rutgers have traded off the last couple of years. Obviously, it was Cincinnati last year in Chad Barber's final year. They really love pumping up Vinny Queen here, the SFA in-game center. I've never seen a center be at the center of a pre-game package, but nonetheless, here we go. Alright, so CPU versus CPU game, so we're just going to do heads and kick like we always do. Alright, so Cincinnati, they were only a 1-loss team. They dropped 1 last week. Let's see how they start. Boom, big touchdown. Rutgers responds. I know Cincy is without their quarterback, so this could be in favor of Rutgers. And if you're focusing on over-unders, this is a 4-point spread for Cincinnati, and they're already down 17, and the over-under is 58.5. Can Cincinnati respond, or is ECU going to be rid of the Cincinnati? Oh boy, the under looks to be hitting in a touchdown there. 10-point game now, 38 over-under. They still need 3 scores. Unders likely hitting here today. No one's scoring. Can they get it within a? Can they get it within 1 score? Remember, we don't jump in unless it's a 1-score game. Are they going to start moving it here? Does not look like it for Cincinnati. Mendenhall rushing it a few times. 4th down, and they go for it on 4th and 11 to seal the game. A big-time call for Rutgers, and they score. That does not impact the over-under. And Rutgers, welcome to the AAC Championship. They have defeated Cincinnati. No more Cincinnati. Let's go. So now I got to face Rutgers. This would have been Coach Kenzie. So you got Joe Broussard. Hudson James, SFA player, 68 yards. Not what you want to see. Andrew Whitworth, had a pancake on the defensive side. Not a ton for this team. And then Rutgers, Matt Campbell, big game for him. Rashard Mendenhall, 93, and a TD. And then KJ King, no sacks here today. Graham got a sack. And that's pretty much it. So quick and easy for Rutgers as they clinch the division. Let's get our players of the game here. All right, next game up here today. Oh, boy. All right, so 2 games in. It's already a massive one. We got Oklahoma State and Kansas. I know Fink is at a baseball game right now, so he's not going to be able to tell us what he wants. But this is massive. Kansas needs a win to get to the Big 12 championship and keep their playoff chances alive. If they lose this game, then Baylor controls their own destiny next week. So this is a massive game. You could pretty much end Baylor's chances depending on an at-large bid. And Oklahoma State and Coach Fed are 4-1 against Kansas in the modern era. There's Kyle White. They have to have it here today. Couldn't get it done on game day. Can they get it done on BearCave? If you care about the CC Sportsbook, we got a 13.5 point spread for Kansas. Pretty big. And an over-under right around 55.5. Here we go. Is Kyle White going to be the best quarterback in Kansas history? Probably not. Can you at least get him? And now Nebraska, if they do end up winning this game, looks beatable. So that should be an interesting Big 12 championship. But first, we've got to see Oklahoma State. Remember, Captain Cornelius is on this team. We saw him in a watch party earlier this year. And no score early on, and Kansas, but they missed the field goal. Copeland coming up, not coming up clutch as they extend it to 9. So Oklahoma State hanging around, but you would like them to start scoring at some point. Oh, no. Boo. This is supposed to be the story. Kansas. Oh, wait. Are we going to see a Kansas choke? They were up 23-0. 18-point game going into the 4th quarter. Please. 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 Please stop scoring. No. Never mind. Oklahoma State just can't get a stop, man. And Kansas, oh, there it is. Kansas is going to do it. Coach Fink is going to the Big 12 championship. What a weird universe are we in? Holy smokes. No, they did not. Kansas has done it. Kansas is on their way to face Nebraska for the chance, if they keep winning, at a playoff spot. Wild, wild, wild. Kyle White did what he had to do today. And on the ground, Robert Thomas coming up clutch with Donatello Perkins being hurt and kicked off the team. 4 tutties here today. J.J. White Justice had a great game. Donnie Stone, SFA player on the left tackle, 10 pancakes. And sack for Tez White. David McCormick, couple deflections. Charisma Mukaida. How is this team in the position to make a playoff run? This is wild. And let's take a look at Oklahoma State. You got Nick Massey back, the star quarterback, but he couldn't get it done for them here today when we needed them most. Captain Cornelius, nowhere to be seen. Tyreek Asher, SFA player. So we'll see what's going to happen with Oklahoma State. They still have 2 games left, or 3 games left, I guess. No, 2 after this. Leonard Akana, SFA player. Deuce Withers didn't do much, so I think this team for Oklahoma State is going to be good. They just need to grow a little bit. All right, so there you have it. Kansas gets it done. All right, next up on the slate, we're headed to the Sun Belt. Another team that can clinch their division with a win is Arkansas State. They had a tough loss last week, but they can do it now. It's going to be Chet Doge, Kevin Mann versus Hephaestus Ames over in Troy. Chet Doge, his career's winding down. They're not going to make the playoff, but hopefully they can get a high-level bowl game. They can repeat in the Sun Belt. Same. Boo, think, boo. Please give me against Fink in the first round of the playoff. Please, please, please. That'd be fantastic. Troy and Arkansas State for the division. Actually, I think Arkansas State, they just need to win one of their last 2. So, not too much pressure on this game for Arkansas State. But after a weird loss against ULM, we gotta see what's going on here. Remember, they went on that final play where Chet Doge mossed a few people, and they start out 10-0 here. Arkansas State now up 17-0, 20-0 over Troy. Troy showing that they are perhaps a pretender. 27-0 here in the third, 34-0. Oh my, Arkansas State making a statement to the rest of the Sun Belt. They are still the team to beat here. As this game winds down, Troy gets a couple garbage time tutties. They add one more, and that is going to do it for this one. Boom. Big time game there, as no touchdowns for, oh boy. All right, no touchdowns for Chet Doge today. So, massive win, but none of them went to Chet Doge. It was all Simmons. I mean, I guess they were just triple covering Doge out there. It was all the running back, so I guess they're putting like 10 guys deep, and and letting the running back destroy him. As Kevin Mann, no sacks here today. Doesn't need him. He's going to be a top 10 pick. Chet Doge had tackle. Troy. All right, how did Hephaestus Ames do? 62 yards. Not really anything special. But Troy is still going to probably be pretty good here in the years to come with their recruiting. They got an interception, a couple of sacks, but it was over before you even knew what hit them. So, big time win there. And that game just killed a lot of people's fantasies. Fantasy football. Only 89 yards for Chet Doge is not going to beat Mike's cap. All right, here we go. Here's kind of the last chance, the last hope to laugh at Pinstripe and laugh at Buffalo this year. They're so due for a loss, but I doubt it's coming. I put 70K on this game, so Pinstripe, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. This is going to be a blowout. I probably set the line way too low. 17 points for Buffalo. 54.5, I believe, is the line, so we'll see what they do here. I believe Bowling Green lost their quarterback a few weeks ago, so they kind of started losing. See what happens. Bowling Green has a chance to do the funniest thing of all time. Locking Buffalo out of their CCG would be hysterical. All right, don't see Pinstripe, so heads and kick coming. All right, here we go. And low scoring, at least to start it out here. I mean, 14-0, never mind. But they hung in for half a second. Can they actually get a score? No, they do not. But 17-0, I mean, Bowling Green's at least hanging tough. This is not that bad of a showing. Only down 21. I mean, and now the floodgates are going to open here. Bowling Green, that's the game for them. 3 points for an over hit, I believe. Don't think they're covering. Yeah, and just back and forth, just trash. And nothing's going to happen here. 17, that hits the over, but I don't think it gets them within that 17. No, it does not. So Buffalo covers here. Schultz, Tyrell, Decker, Ames. Yeah, your pretty standard Buffalo victory. There you go, Arch. Stabler gave up a sack. Elevate got a sack. Interception for Zoots. I think that's his first one we've ever seen him get. Bowling Green. Let's see what's on their team. A lot. Yeah, not much going on for this team here. Good start to the year, and then they kind of ruined it. They could still choke against Kent State, I believe, next week, but we'll see. Alright, so one half of my parlay wins it. Let's go. We'll take that. Alright, now is this is a really fun one. I don't know what's going to happen with this ACC Coastal Conference, but this game is going to have a lot to do with who wins. North Carolina and Pittsburgh. You have to win to stay alive, I think. So, crew, if you're here, or Siraxis Brio, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. I don't think Siraxis Brio is actually going to say anything. So, crew might be here. Give it like 5 seconds. All right, let's get into it. I mean, the sad thing is the winner of this game, or whoever ends up winning this terrible division, is going to have to face Clemson. Now, Clemson might be without their quarterback, but still. So far, we got a Rutgers win, a Kansas State, or a Kansas cover, an Arkansas State cover, a Buffalo cover, so really nothing. One upset, technically. All right. We saw Pitt lose in overtime to Duke last week. So they might be on the outside looking in. Welcome in, Siraxis Brio. First-year head coach of UNC. And UNC takes the lead. This is a big one. And they go up 14-0. 14-3 now. 28. Oh, no. Crew is getting cooked right now. 35-10. Where's the defense? UNC taking charge here. On the road, this place is silent. 42-10. Can Pitt muster up anything? We're just going to end the game here. It's so far from over. 42-17. UNC sending a message to the rest of the division. Now, I have no idea how this division even plays out, but there you have it. Massive win for UNC. Josh Patterson, an okay day, but this is the problem. Daniel Sisk, the running back from Ohio State, you got to have more than 14 yards, my guy. On defense, Kobe Dean couldn't do anything, and then they only got one extracurricular play, Matt Huff. Nothing else. Oh, boy. And then North Carolina, Hank Green had to come in a little bit here, but 6 tutties thrown from Josh Harris. Brian Wilson. Jackson had a big day, and then you got Preston Tame, the transfer from Buffalo, helping you out. And then Alford and, Chandler Johnson transfer. So, big time win here. I have no idea. I got to sort that out this week on who's going to, on that final week for that. All right, we're actually 5 games home. This is quite a quick BearCave. All kind of in blowouts here today. I thought this was going to be kind of a closer week, but that's just kind of how these final weeks tend to shake out, as we got to watch the close games. But speaking of probably not a close game, we've got Texas and Ole Miss coming up. This was the Patreon chosen game. Coach Dave, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. 14-point favorite for Ole Miss, the number 3 team in the country. Heavy favorite to win the SEC, and a 57.5 over-under. I don't know why you guys chose this game to be on BC. Okay, but we got some rain. Maybe this could drum up an upset. We already know the SEC championship now after Georgia's win today, I believe. For sure, Ole Miss against Georgia. Texas was in it last year, obviously. If the Ole Miss money line hits, I win 20K. I don't even need that spread, just the money line. After they slap this bald dude's head, here we go. I have no idea who that statue is of. Remember, folks, we got the #1 quarterback recruit of this season coming up later. All right, I don't see anything from Dave, so here we go. First quarter. Texas has had a few bad showings on BearCave recently, but not here. Oh boy, what are we seeing? Of course. Okay, Ole Miss gets it back. Please, Ole Miss, just hammer them home. There we go. Can't believe I'm cheering for Ole Miss, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Are we going to get a close one here? Texas, they haven't been able to score. And that's kind of been the situation the last couple of seasons, or the last couple of weeks. Close game here into the fourth, but a long drive, and that might have just clinched this game. We're going to go play at a time, see if Texas can battle themselves back into it, and that is a tutty. Oh boy. Now we've got Ole Miss back on the offensive. Here we go. Can Texas somehow get a stop and knock #3 off? Their only loss this year is to Northwestern on BearCave. Matt Ryan. And Heisman favorite right now, Ole Miss running back Nate Robinson. They hand it off to him. He cuts up the middle and he stops. Sonny Myers is in there. 57.5. You guys still need 13 points. Lead that over. 3rd and 1. It's going to be a counter. Nate Robinson. Oh, he's to the outside. We're in the birthplace of the blue square here today. Inside the 35. This is the last hope. One more time, or one more first down wins it. They hand it off to Nate Robinson. Up the gut. Breaks a tackle. He gets about 5. Dave runs out there for the timeout. Hand it off again, Nate Robinson. Oh, he gets caught on his offensive lineman. Texas lives to fight another down. Remember, for me, if Ole Miss wins this game, I make 20K on my bet. 3rd and 2. Just get these 2 yards. Matt Ryan. They're just running clock here. Could probably get it let back inside 15 seconds if you're Texas. Hands it up. There it is. And that is going to end the game. Texas cannot win it. I believe the over-under is 57.5, so we're not even close. Need 13 more. And there's the victory formation here. And Ole Miss survives. TC makes 20K off his parlay. That's stuff you love to see. We're back in business, baby. Yes, this has been a very quick BearCave so far. Oh, I think the Sickos game, or the Sickos parlay just lost though. Yeah, I think I picked the over. Ooh, yeah, I picked the over on that one. That's all right. No sickos win this week. Yeah, sickos was the over. That's all right. My other parlay hit, though, so we'll take it. Texas happy they didn't get blown out, but they still need another win for a bowl game. They're at 5-6 now. It was a really good start for Texas. I mean, they played them really well all the way through. Sal Easton had an all right game. Remember, he's a freshman. Maurice Bray got a sack. Sonny Myers played well. Sack for Myron Gibbs, SFA player. Mustafa Farouk got a pick and a sack and a pick for Roland here. And then Ole Miss, you got Matt Ryan, 2 of 2. He had a bad game here today, but he still got it done. Nate Robinson doing his thing through the air as well. David Ryan, Brent Boozler, and Ronald Acuna not doing much. And then on the defensive side, 10. Not a lot of extracurriculars on the side. Troy Oxford got attacked for loss. LaRod Hopgood is back. The redshirt senior. LaRod Hopgood, he is back here. All right, so that's going to end this game. And we're going to start the right side of the graphic where things typically start to get a bit hairy. Yep, since he lost. All right, so before we get to the big time games, we've got to settle ECU and Marshall. I owned Fink when he was at Marshall. I think it's only destiny that ECU and Kansas now play in the playoff. So Marshall, don't cuck me. We'll take it. Win's a win at this point, baby. Christian Richard, he's in his zone, baby. 3 tutties in the first half. That's what you like to see. And cucking everybody's fantasy along the way. Look at him go. Vanilovic only 11 carries. We're saving him to run him wild in the playoff. That's what we're going with. Half sack for both my boys. No interceptions or anything crazy. Let's go. All right. So let me just get the screenshot of the players so I can remember to post my game. Another big-time win for Coach K. That's what you love to see. Who cares? At this point, all I got to do is win. All right. Washington and Oregon. This is a massive one. I believe Washington clinches the division with a win here. So, Coach Damien, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive? Subscribe with Twitch Prime, Coach Shea Jettas. It's free, and you're helping support the National Championship Trophy that will be coming home to Greenville. But I'm pretty sure if Oregon wins this game, they clinch. All you have to do is link your Twitch account to an Amazon Prime account. So if your family has Amazon Prime, all you gotta do is link it, and then you can have one free one a month. It's free if you have Amazon Prime, which most households have. I use my mom's, for example. I don't buy that myself. The only bad thing about Twitch Prime is you can't do it on mobile. You have to do it on the computer. Anyways, here we go. Washington, Oregon, a true Big Ten battle. 7-3. Oregon has somehow found a way to win all of these conference games. They even hold a win over ASU. And a quick tutty right there. But Washington battles back. Washington, we've seen them in the playoff before. We know that what this team's capable of. And they take the lead here. All right, Washington takes the lead. Here we go. Getting to the nitty-gritty now. Who is going to score? 3rd and inches. We're getting close to jumping in here. Here we go. 2nd and 3. Oregon is on the move to win the division. And off the gun. He gets smoked up the middle. Now they are in field goal range, but Victor Nugent gets smoked right there. Rick showing up. Welcome in, Rick. Hand off the gut again, and he gets the first down. They're probably hoping to run some clock here before winning. And we're throwing it now. Risky business. He dumps it off. If I'm Oregon, there's no way I'm throwing this ball. Only a 3-man front here inside the 5. Looks like they are about to let him score. At least that's what the formation indicates, but they're throwing it anyways. All the time in the world, he fits it in. Touchdown, Stanley Kinnery. Scott Smith, what a heck of a drive. He fits it in there, no fear. As we're going for 2 now to make it a true 7-point game. Quick option, and he does not get it. So only a 5-point game here. Remember, folks, this was a 3.5-point line. So Washington can cover with a field goal. All right, Washington. Oh, my God. Big hitting on both sides of the ball here. A lot of plays ran for Oregon. Complete control of the clock. But they got 56 seconds in a dream. 3 timeouts for Coach Damien. Remember, they got Rayshon Gloop coming next season, so things are looking up for the Huskies. We're throwing a screen here. Gets it off to the running back. He gives a stiffy, and no one was there. Only 8 yards. They had to use that first timeout. Joe Davis, the same man that beat Arizona in 4 overtimes. A delayed draw is not even going to get him a first down, so they quickly burn through 2 timeouts trying to catch Oregon. Hold on, it's a Pac-12 game. I got to throw some heaters. All right, Joe Davis dumps that off. First down. First and 10, 40 seconds left. Joe Davis, he's yamming it deep now, and he has a man, and it's caught. John Gordon inside the 40. A beautiful throw from Joe Davis, and they're in business. 30 seconds left. They're hurrying it up. They are not spiking. Clock's ticking. Here we go. Joe Davis, clean pocket. He's jamming it again, and this time it's undercut and dropped. Garrett Morrow could have won the game, sealed the division, and he drops it. Joe Davis lives for another play. They're 38 yards away. Davis, they bring a blitz on the run, and it's incomplete. Christian Comet, the SFA player, on the pressure. Christian Comet, number 50 on the defense. Watch out for him. 3rd and 10. He's on a blitz. And it's complete. You should have dropped it. 4th and 6. Clock is running. This could be the last play of the game. We're at the 35. They snap it. They bring a blitz. He dumps it off. He gets there. Can he get the first? No! A big hit! And that's going to be the game. A turnover on downs. Oregon wins the division. The unlikely 4-loss team is going to go to their first Pac-12 championship since they went to the playoff as the #1 overall seed in season 7. I can't stop the train to post games. If you want to, I can tell you who won, but I'm not going through scores. Or you can look when we go to the next game. But a big time win for Oregon here. Next up, we're going to stay in the Pac-12. We got Arizona State and Washington, which I believe is for the division. Straight up. Be shocking to have Arizona State miss out on another chance at the playoff because of a choke. Big time win for the Ducks. They can't make the playoff, but I said Utah. I said Utah. Oh, kickoff return. Joe Davis popping off. Reminds me of the game he had against Arizona, 4 overtimes. Sullivan. They just couldn't get it done, though, here. Just like Dogwater in that 4 overtime game. Sack here, just like Gamara takes every play. And then let's take a look at Oregon here. Oregon, a big-time game for Scott Smith. He didn't have many touchdowns. Typically, kind of a Josh Gamara stat line right there. Victor Nugent popping off. Pretty good. And, I mean, we haven't seen this team that much this year, so. I do not wish I had Gamara. You were far from the truth. That makes me laugh. Christian Comet got 1 tackle. SFA player. And yeah, Oregon gets it done. I mean, they've been dominating the Pac-12 this season, so props to them. Bo Jackson, look at that. Bo Jackson is back in college over at Oregon. He got the return TD. All right, so let's keep it going. All right, next up we got Arizona State and Utah. Coach Rick, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. We still have not yet seen Cody Green gameplay as a quarterback of Arizona State, and he's 9-1. Whether it be the schedule or just a lot of blowouts, we've still not yet seen actual gameplay. Utah had the crushing defeat to UCLA, and then they came back and got an epic win against Arizona. So kind of a mixed bag from this team this year. Obviously, they had the loss to Utah State as well. So I had high hopes. I think I actually picked them to win the Pac-12 this year. Actually, I might have picked them to make it to the CCG, and Cal wins it. But I think Utah is definitely on the rise next year, especially with Nazir Fitzsimmons coming in. We got tails and kick here. Arizona State, top 5. They are going to probably move up in the first committee ranking later on today after the Nebraska loss. Nebraska, never mind, was below them. But anywho, first committee meeting is coming on later today. It will be before recruiting, so recruiting's delayed at this late stage of the season. As we started out here, Pac-12 3-0 for Arizona State. Utah trying to breaking through. It's a very defensive battle, though, here. 6-3. No offense from either showing for anybody. Oh, boy. 13-3 now. A true Big 12 matchup coming at us here. Not a typical Pac-12 action. As Arizona State falling flat on their feet. What are you doing? Oh, boy. 10-point deficit. If you want to be a top team in this country, you have to be able to win in these situations. Come on, Arizona State. Please don't do this to us. They got a safety. Please. 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 Yes, a fumble recovery by Armani Sanders, SFA player. We still are alive, but now we're just going backwards. What are we doing? All right, game is getting close. We are within one score. 1st and 10, here we go. Can Arizona State find a way to win this game, or are they going to lose and be locked out of the conference championship yet again? Handoff, there's Tokamaha Pakarori. He gives out a stiffy. This would be absolute heartbreak for Arizona State. And Coach Rick, who time and time again seems like he's going to the college football playoff and somehow loses. Pakarora again, and he is short. Final timeout coming in. Donnie Thurman on the tackle. They've got to get a stop now. Now or never. Power right, please. Somebody make a play. Get through the line! And Pakarori is stopped! Arizona State stays alive. Curtis Lofton, the SFA middle linebacker, makes the play of his life to hopefully save the season. That was massive. This clock's running now. Cody Green legacy moment. He lost the starting job to Jason Richardson, and now Iowa's going to be in the Big Ten playoff, or in the Big Ten championship. Cody Green, this is his legacy. Oh, and we get a drop. It's all right. Rafa Hooker, the freshman. This is the legacy moment. You got Rafa Hooker. You've got Aaron Ford, the transfer from Georgia. You've got Cody Green. This is the first time we've seen him in this jersey. Him and Aaron Ford. You've got Rafa Hooker, bottom of your screen. Come on, Cody. Time to do something great. He dumps it off here to start, and he doesn't go out of bounds like a shitter, so clock is running. Travis Dixon. 50 seconds left. Come on, boys. They are going to spike it now. Arizona State just... And they still have to get the 2-point conversion. 3 for 16 on 3rd down. What are you guys doing? You got Tyler Smoot there in the middle. And we're throwing it out wide, a wide open man. A beautiful throw and catch. Alan McLean on the reception. 40 seconds left. They're hurrying it up now. Come on, Cody Green, you got this. Aaron Ford in the backfield. Keep it up. They dump it off to Aaron Ford. He breaks tackle, goes down, and clock is still ticking. You can't be doing that. We are in Yaminate range, though. So, worst case scenario, they'll still have some sort of a chance as we are now spiking the ball. 25 seconds left here. Yeah, we need a yam to Rafa for sure. He's a deep threat. Third and 6 now. Can Arizona State do the unthinkable? Cody Green, he floats it outside. Double coverage, and it's caught again. Alan McLean inside the 40. We got 20 seconds left. No timeouts. They need a touchdown. Beautiful throw there from Cody Green. And now we are 38 yards away. Can they get it done? But no timeouts is rough. And he was yamming it. He's sacked. Clock is ticking. Josh Blair off the edge. 10 seconds left. Oh, no. This is going to be the final play. 1 play left. We're going to get a Hail Mary to keep Arizona State's season alive. Down 20-12. Coach Moon, Coach Rick. 3rd and 16, 5 seconds left. Cody Green dropped back. He has the pocket. He's going to yam it to the end zone. It's 3-on-2, and it's dropped! The wide receiver mossed them, and he dropped it. Disaster as another top 8 team goes down. As Rick is locked out of the CCG yet again. You want to talk about a coach who's had it worse than anybody. Now, I don't know if that's for sure because now they're both tied. Or no, yeah, it is for sure because he's going to be 6-2 and he's going to be 5-2. Yeah, it's over. Arizona State, no Pac-12 championship for them. Arizona State likely a shoe-in now for the Citrus Bowl. So we'll see who winds up playing Arizona State there. Remember, the Citrus Bowl is the highest ranked non-playoff users. I gotta see that Hail Mary again. We got to watch this Hail Mary, see what happened, because I totally thought he had the catch. It was, oh my God, no way. You know who that was? Remember last season how you had a quarterback or a wide receiver save you at quarterback? Well, Mr. Seymour, yep, it's him, number 86. No, not 86. Number 81. It was Seymour. Rafa Hooker goes for the spectacular catch like a noob. He has it! This is a tutty! Dude, just hang on to the ball! Oh, disaster! It's literally in his hands for like 5 seconds. Oh my God! And this defender, you know what? Number 34, Bowling. Look at this. He's jostling the arm. It tickles him a little bit, and he drops the ball. That is a one tough way to lose. Rick to Minnesota. It'd be one heck of a story. I mean, he brought in these transfers for like a one-year run, pretty much. Cody Green, Aaron Ford are both graduating. What a disaster these last couple of weeks have been for some of these top teams. Whew. And who said this was going to be a fast BearCave? God damn. All right, so a couple games remaining here. We got Houston and SMU up next. Throwback Season 9 where the Conference USA was relevant. Oh, sorry. No stats. My bad. I completely forgot here. Let's just go through it. So, Cody Green, 24 of 46. Aaron Ford. Seymour, he had a touchdown, but also kind of choked. Rafa Hooker didn't do anything. Curtis Lofton kept him in the game. You got Donnie Thurman, got a sack. Roberto Aguayo, 1 for 1. And then Utah Mitchell, he had 2 touchdowns through the air. Packarori, 83 and a 1. And then on the offensive side, Evans, Packarori, no catches. And then Josh Blair, massive game, 3 sacks. And then Huff got a critical interception. And Bowling had that pass breakup at the end. Beautiful game for Utah. They've had a crazy run at the end of the year, 7-4. And yeah, that's going to be that game. All right. So next up, we do have Houston and SMU. SMU is also having themselves a crazy year. CPU versus CPU game. We're going to go with SMU, see what's going on over here. SMU, if you remember, started off the season with a loss to UCLA, and now we've got the rain here in their biggest game against Houston. Houston spoiled their chance. This was the last year they had a chance of being promoted if they made the playoff. This is not the same team with Maddox Kopp and Alton McCaskill. So SMU is trying to channel their days with Preston Stone when they were battling Dogwater to overtime with Seth Hennigod, if you guys remember those days. That seemed like decades ago at this point. I don't know about playoff hopeful, but if we had like a 12 team, for sure they'd be in the mix. Tate, remember this Houston team has some SFA players, but Roy Kent is hurt, the senior linebacker. So let's get it started. 3-0 for SMU. Ryan Patterson getting a ton of credit for this team's rise as we get an interception from Cantrell on the other side. 3-0 now. 7-0 for Houston. 10-7 back and forth we go in the first half. Houston has the lead. Houston, can they finish it? They have an 11-point lead. They push it to 18. SMU. Oh, boy, fourth quarter now. SMU, once they finally get some national spotlight, they're starting to choke, and they miss an extra point as Houston extends it to 20 or to 19. That is likely the game as we get a 4th down. They can't convert, and there it is. Houston upsets SMU. The circle of suck in the Conference USA continues. So Ryan Patterson, 20 of 35, 2 TDs. McCollum didn't do all that well. Keith Crooks. The rain might have been the issue. I don't remember if there was rain in that opening day game, but if there was, then maybe Ryan Patterson just can't handle the rain. Wade Cantrell, Tony Ferguson, 33, 148, and 2. Big-time game for him. Adam Thomas gets a big game. And Fatete, he didn't do anything. All right, there we have it. 1 game left here, and it's a biggie. Boomer soon. Coach can't even say his own thing right. All right, folks, here we go. It's the biggest one of BearCave. We've got Boston College and Clemson. Let's just make sure it's the last game. Yes, it is. Boston College and Clemson. If you know, Clemson's missing starting quarterback Walter Hearn. We're going to run a prediction here. Who wins? Can Boston College actually pull this upset off with a backup quarterback? Get those Bobanos ready. Here we go. Welcome in, Moosamania, brother. Biggest game of the week so far. #1 Clemson Tigers have not lost since middle of the year, last year against Georgia Tech. And this is the battle for the leather helmet, interestingly enough. So that's kind of cool. We're going to be waiting for the prediction to end so you guys can get them in. CPU versus CPU here, Boston College versus Clemson. Some SFA players on Boston College, but not that many. Clemson, a couple as well. Remember, game day right after this is going to be Arizona and Oklahoma. And then later on, it's the first week of the college football playoff rankings. So the committee will get together, we'll put together the rankings, and then release them. And then after that, I will do recruits. So we got the #1 quarterback, Stequavius Gates, committing today. So we'll see where he goes. And with that, here we go. Boston College, Clemson. If you remember this game last year, Boston College, it was tied with a minute left. He threw it, and Wayne, the cornerback, intercepted it, begged for contact. He laid his helmet into David Tyree, and then they returned it a couple of yards, and then the gear set up a Hail Mary winner for Clemson to keep their dream season alive. One of the best games of last season. Boston College and Clemson, and oh boy, we're at home. Does not look good for Boston College. We'll see what they can do, though. Remember, backup quarterback for Clemson, so not the same team they are with Walter Hearn. Here we go. They're gonna have to heavily rely on this defense. Can Martin Black come up clutch again? As a great first quarter here for Clemson, and Boston College adds a field goal, and they add a touchdown. They might be breaking through now. Oh man, you don't want to get into an arms race with Boston College. We know how that typically ends. And a quick touchdown for Clemson, and battling back and forth. This game is going to come down to the wire. Oh boy, Smith putting on a clinic here, and they're only up 8, and they tie it up. 4 minutes left. Oh no, 4th and 18 for Clemson, #1 on the ropes, and oh, here comes Boston College. They run down the field, and they take the lead. 2 minutes left, Boston College. Can they do the unthinkable? Remember, we don't jump in till we are around the 2-minute mark, and there it is. #1 Clemson on the ropes. They are guaranteed to go to the ACC Championship. 4 guys to the left-hand side. Brings the blitz. Dumps it off. It is caught. Broken tackle. Another one. Oh, he steps out of bounds. You know, I don't care if he's a 7 overall. This guy, Michael Smith, he looks the part. Like, normally these guys look like a bunch of bitches. Michael Smith looks like a Chad, dude. He looks like a quarterback. All right, 1st and goal. They bring the blitz. He's yamming it to the back of the end zone. Wide open. Touchdown, Mark Foster. #1 Clemson. They tie it up. What a throw. Clemson is not going down without a fight. Holy hell. No review. All right, Boston College, though, they have a chance. David Tyree, SFA player, former BearCave reward player. Dogwater calling it in the comments. I'm not going to say it, but watch out for the middle linebacker, baby. Our cover athlete in the bottom right of the screen. Number 53, right there in the middle. Matthew Murray, SFA quarterback. And they bring a blitz and he throws it. Oh my God, that was risky. The mid-screen just did not work. Clock is running. Remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was exactly the same situation last year. 35-35 tie with about this time left. Oh, don't test Wayne. Wayne is the one who got the pick last year. I swear, somebody has to go back and look for it in the Game Day Greats channel. But 35-35 last year, this is when Boston College threw a pick in this game. BC, he's quick blitz, and he goes down. 4th and 20, number 1, Clemson, put on a clinic. And was that Rylan Magnusum, the SFA player? Magnusum, the SFA player, he's always been a depth guy. And now Clemson, the number 1 team in the country, they're going to get a chance to win it. This team always seems like the team of destiny as you got Corey Cross now. Oh boy. Clemson, just years on years, always seems like a team of destiny. Can they somehow win this game? I don't know the situation at kicker. It's kind of varied from year to year. They do have Brandon Charles in the backfield. They also got Drew Stowey, SFA player at wide receiver. But Michael Smith taking off, and he slides. We are already in yam range. Trying to get to field goal range. Michael Smith putting the team on his back with Walter Hearn out. A 70 overall backup quarterback coming in. Can they get it done? 2nd and 5. They're running clock now. Interesting. They might feel like they're already in field goal range. I don't know. We'll see if this goes to OT. .30 seconds left. Here we go. Smith. Over the middle, and he overthrows. Oh, man, he was open. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 50% completion percentage. Not ideal. He was looking for Stowey, the SFA player. Remember, Stowey's number 13. And then at the top, you got Trent Freeman, who kind of destroyed in the playoff last year. But Michael is taking off up the gut. Oh, boy. He gets about 25, and they're easily in field goal range now. 21 seconds left. It was a Hail Mary, Jay Jettas. It's in there in season or last year. But handoff, Brandon Charles up the gut. He gets another 10. Almost 200 yards for Brandon Charles. Just don't mess this up, boys. 17 seconds left. 1st and goal. Clock is running. Smith dumps it off, and down he goes. Clock is ticking, and out comes the timeout. This is number 1 team in the country type stuff. To win the game, this is a 26-yard field goal. Michael Smith, the starting quarterback, on the hold. And the kick is up, and it is good. Number 1 survives. 3 seconds on the clock, though. We know how that happened last week. If you remember Southern Miss, Mississippi State, it's never over till the fat lady sings. They're not going to test it. They're going to run one real play. This reminds me of a play in ancient history where it was Boston College, Syracuse, and Matt Andrews sauced Darrell Revis on a slant and took it to the house. Are we going to get a similar play? 75 yards, Matthew Murray. What does he have in the tank? He is going to yam it, and it's incomplete. Oh, it's caught off the tip, but Greg Jennings goes down, and that's the game. Clemson wins it. Scary for a second, but the number 1 team survives. They keep the MacGuffin, and they keep their playoff hopes alive. What a throw there to the... Oh, he was out! He was out on the touchdown. No chance. Mark Foster. Mark Foster had a touchdown in the national championship last year. He somehow disguised the refs there, and Boston College can't believe it. Once again, they miss out on a playoff. Michael Smith gets it done. We all thought they were toast. I thought they were toast. I bet $3K on that upset, but it did not happen. Michael Smith proved us wrong. Dude, if I would have looked at what this dude actually looks like in game, this dude is a monster. How is this guy a 70? That guy has to be like a 95. As Rylan Magnusum gets a sack. Massive. Look at that big time. He has all the equipment. Just a big time scramble there. And if and I'm gonna be real, if Clemson has to play without Walter Hearn, if he picks up a questionable tag, I trust them to still be the same team. We haven't seen Walter Hearn play really, so we just watched this guy play and he was cooking it. All right, so let's go through the stats at least before we head on out of here. Kyrie Irving got a couple, but Clemson comes back to win it. Massive, massive. Matthew Murray, not a great day for him, honestly. Kyrie Irving. David Tyree had himself a good day. Couple sacks here for the defense, so they were kind of going crazy. No interceptions. Oh, they got one from Goff here. And then you got Michael Smith here, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. And he also added 59 yards on the ground, the redshirt freshman. So we have to watch this guy for 3 years. And he's definitely going to be good. Brandon Charles, best known for his opening play touchdown against Buffalo. Mark Foster, tight end. He's going to be a big-time player in the playoff. I'm sure of it. Clemson doing what they do. Lambert on defense. Obviously, you got Chris Presley. He's going to be a top 10 pick. Rylan Magnusum. He is the SFA player. Martin Black got a pick. Let's go. Robbie Wayne. I love Martin Black, dude. He might be my favorite non-ECU player in SFA history. I think that was halfback pass, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't looking. Big time game right there. That's the best the ACC has to offer. Those are the best two teams. All right, and always. Yeah, I mean, in terms of actual gameplay, yeah. Chad Barber definitely deserved it for the lore. All right, so let's just make sure we got one more game. Perfect. And the final week of the regular season, remember, Bedlam's always the last game. We've got Georgia Tech and Georgia. It's rivalry week. You got West Virginia, Iowa State, Kansas State, and Kansas. Michigan State, Maryland. For the games next week, I'm going to mainly, for game day, focus on not rivalries. I'm going to focus on division races and users who are fighting for like bowl eligibility. Those are going to be the games that do get on BearCave next week. So just letting you know now, if you thought you're going to get on it and you're not, there's a reason for it. Washington State, that's a good one. A lot of good games this week. Remember, in the SFA, you have to be 6-6 as a user to get a guaranteed bowl game. After this week, I'm not quite sure how many are going to be left for, how many divisions are going to be up for grabs. We'll see. Hopefully you get a couple. And obviously we got to sort out that ridiculous division going on in the ACC. And Baylor, they are now locked out of the conference championship game, so they're chances at a 7th straight playoff ride on the committee and ride on the result of the conference championships. We got number 1 against Rex Beavers next week. That one will be fun. Imagine putting Rex Beavers on Clemson. My God. All right. So that is going to end the Bear Cave stream. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I'm going to take about 5-10 minute break and then come back for game day. And then the playoff committee will be right after that. So thanks for watching.